Welcome to the MyCircadian app. Today we are going to talk about using the vitamin D timer within the app. Before I start the conversation, just a quick little note, this is not medical advice or meant to be a substitute for working one-on-one with a practitioner, and the app is never meant to override your intuition. A lot of people will come to the circadian lifestyle with blue light toxicity, with a life that has been mostly indoors, and they have not been exposed to natural frequencies from the sun, and they are therefore very sensitive to sunlight. And so if you are someone who is very sensitive to sunlight, even using the gauges that we have in the app that are set up to prevent overexposure might be too much. So I just want to really throw that out there, that always use your own intuition and don't override your intuition because of something that an app tells you. Now, how do we estimate the safe sun exposure or the risk of overexposure from the app? This is going to be based on the UV index, which you can see in the app dashboard. There is a UV index. We estimated the UV index based on a collection of different measurements that are what we believe to be the most accurate. So we use an algorithm of several different ways of measuring UV to give you the most accurate reading. You'll notice that there are other apps that will estimate UV index a lot higher than the MyCircadian app. And then there are other apps like the weather app that will estimate the UV index that is much lower than what we say. So it is really an average, and UV index anywhere, what a lot of people don't realize, it is all just an estimate. It is all just based on algorithms and numbers. So it is not absolute data. It is meant to be, again, a gauge to help you prevent overexposure. You're also going to go into the settings area and put in your height, put in your weight. The app is going to naturally pick up on your location and estimate that. That's how it's going to get the UV index. But your height, your weight, and your Fitzpatrick skin type, which is essentially how dark your skin is, to give you this gauge of exposure time. We will give you a total exposure time, and we will have a little timer that will tell you, hey, it's time to turn over. So if the total exposure time that is recommended by the app is 30 minutes, it'll give you 15 minutes, and then a little banner will pop up and say it's time to turn over. And then you'll get another 15 minutes and another little banner will pop up and say it's time to get out of the sun to risk overexposure. Again, not a substitute for your own intuition, and use the app with your own discretion. So that is how we estimate this. Now you'll see other apps that will tell you how much vitamin D you've actually made based on clinical experience I've had with people all over the world, as well as my own experience using these different timers. There's no way to accurately give you a measurement of how many IUs your body actually makes and stores. What you measure on a blood test is just what's in the blood. We also store hormone D in the liver, in the tissues, fats, fat cells, all of these things they use. The body is using D3. And we also make dozens of vitamin D metabolites that are not being measured, as well as the active form of D, which is 125. So it's a multifaceted conversation. And when we just look at one marker, it is myopic and it's short-sighted. Other things can impact your body's ability to make hormone D. That's going to be infections. We already have the measurement where we put in your weight, but your BMI, if you don't have a lot of muscle, those sorts of other things can also impact the body's ability to bring in hormone D to the system. So know that. That's why we don't tell you exactly how much you've made. We don't have a feature for that. We just have this feature here to give you a measuring stick. That is, again, just a measuring stick, not a substitute for your own intuition, working one-on-one with a practitioner, any of that. And you'll notice that in a lot of places, it is not going to be available at certain parts of the year. That is because UVB is unavailable at certain parts of the year in certain parts of the world. So I hope that you enjoy this and this has helped you to understand how to use this feature within the app. Just one more time, don't ever override your own intuition. If you're someone who's lived a very indoor lifestyle, you're very sun sensitive, you may need to start off slower and lower with even what's recommended within the app. All right, I'll see you in the next video.